video from the Anfield Wrap. Slap bang in the heart of Liverpool, slap bang in the broken heart of Liverpool. Steve Graves with me, I've got Shaun O'Donnell. And Steve, Liverpool, they do well to get 1-0 up. They do well to be 1-1 at half time. They're actually playing quite well in a 50-50 game. What kills us, what kills the game, is Liverpool seem surprised as the second half kicking off. They genuinely do, bar 2 or 3 players. They are so off the pace for the first 75 seconds of that second half, and they are punished, and the game from that point onwards, Liverpool do not deal with the setback. It's really poor.
Yeah, and going into half-time, one thing about it being a good result at that stage was that Liverpool had reacted well to that setback, which was on top of the fact that Liverpool probably should have scored just before City get their equaliser. But Liverpool come back from that and manage the game in towards the end of the first half. They kind of get everything right as much as you can with Man City, because you are going to, they're going to strike blows against you. They're going to get chances. They're going to move the ball around really well. We saw all of that. It's worth remembering they're in great form at the minute as well.
Yeah.
This isn't the Man City we played earlier in the season. They were exceptional today. Liverpool matched them in key moments for quite a long time, and then suddenly they weren't matching them in any key moments. And then you just saw the fact that Liverpool across 90 minutes just are nowhere close really in terms of resources, in terms of form as well, confidence and just cohesion and how this all fits together. There's so much still to work on, but there were bits where you could see how you work on it and what you work on and what you do next and where you spend, because that is where Liverpool are at the minute, up against a team that spent ridiculous amounts of money. Liverpool are going to need to make some serious additions. We all know that. It's not like that's a big revelation that's just dawned on us today, but it's outlined there in the outcome of the game and just in the process of watching it from 46 onwards. But really, at other points in the game as well, Liverpool don't take enough of their chances when they're getting the chances, and City are ruthless throughout, and that's the big difference.
That goal just before half-time, just after half-time, it feels like one you've seen us concede loads this season, Shaun, for me, over and over again, where there just appears to be so much space behind us, where I'm not quite sure where everyone is. Van Dijk gets pulled all the way out of an area, so there's a huge expanse of the pitch that's only got Robertson in. It feels like Fabinho's been pulled out of an area. Everyone's been compressed. They've just played in space. They get lucky, I think, is a key thing here. And the ball is meant to actually go to De Bruyne and ends up going all the way. But Liverpool are just, in that moment, for me, it's just all dozy. And I'm tired of watching them be dozy. And that goal is a dozy goal, and they never recover from it.
So it's dozy, I get that. But I've got a little bit of sympathy with them, because you see them come out at the second half, you see that first half performance, they looked really pumped. I looked at Jurgen Klopp walking out the tunnel, obviously we're watching it on telly, and he looked really pumped. And I think that the way we go about the first, I think we can say, we're not switched on for the first however long, because they scored in the first minutes of the second half, but we're actually attacking. We're quite gung-ho, we're going for it. And it's like, I thought they had the bit between the teeth. I looked at them and I thought, we've got these. There's something about us here where there's enough in that first half to think that we can go and attack these and get it. And almost like, is it we're too pumped coming out?
I think we are too pumped. Yeah. But that's where, for me, is back to this idea of, lads, it's all right. It's all right if that's still 1-1 on 55. And that's what's driven me mad all season, is respect the scoreboard a little bit. 1-1 on 55 would have been fine. As it is, we've only got 3 players in our half, and there's a screenshot of a still where they're 5 on 4, because we've gone, fuck it, we're getting at these. That's so. For me, none of this has ever been about them not wanting it enough, Shaun. It's more about them just fucking breathing and letting the game come to them a little bit, and that's why it's such a quintessential goal for us to concede this season.
It is, and listen, you can see to anyone at that time, you're going to feel the pain. We did it ourselves against Man United, and you see what happened in that game. I feel like we have lost a little bit of maturity, and maybe that is because there's a lot of new faces there. And what you're saying about game management and being a bit, this is what frustrates me. We had a bit of game management in the first half. There was a couple of times where Trent knocks it back to Alisson, and I'm clapping, thinking brilliant. That's exactly what we want. And it's just, it's a frustrating one. I think to put a positive spin on it, we've got beat 4-1 to City in a year where it doesn't really matter that much. So do you know what I mean? If we're going for the league and we're going to try and win the league, if we get 4-1 to City, we're all a lot more in pain than we are now.
I think what's really interesting to me about the first half, Steve, is I actually think we played better first half there this season than we did last season. And I think we're more in the, we go in last season 2-1 down when we're toe to toe with them for the title, and we score the goal immediately after half time.
YouTube, press the button, become a member of the Anfield Wrap from the heart of the city of Liverpool. The best way to enjoy all your Liverpool-based videos, everything you need, every single day. It is the Anfield Wrap.